Yo, what's going on, RN Homesteadies? What's going on? What's going on? It's another episode with your friend here, Nemesis. What's going on, people? So, kind of giving you guys a little bit of an update. We are in like full production, trying to plant everything out. We're not putting in the cold hardy stuff. I mean, we're not putting in the warm hot lovers yet. Not quite yet. Got to get them, some of them hardened off, you know. Like, got my nasturtiums, my thyme. I got all the time in the world now, yo. But I got my nasturtiums. I've got my King Solosas. I think those are the eggplant. Yeah, eggplant there. My tomatoes. Some extra lettuce, some more King Colossus, and some more nasturtiums back there, getting them cold hardened off. So they've only been out here for, a few hours. I'm probably going to pull these bad boys up into the shade over here in a moment. But then I've got all my my broccoli. They're looking amazing right now. Yeah. So everything's kind of looking good. My potted garden over here, amazing. I don't know if my camera's gonna pick this up. I'm gonna try for you guys. Oh, there we go. There's the carrots. Yeah. So we got four flower pots filled for carrots. And then we've got some extra cabbages. We got an extra Brussels sprouts here. Some more cabbages. It's all cabbages. And then we're going to have tomatoes in these pots here. Any extra tomato plants that we can't fit back over yonder. Over here, if it decides to come back, I have spearmint. And then I'm not sure if my spinach is very happy over here. It didn't look like they were trying to grow too much. There's things that kind of look like they're sprouting up over here that looks like spinach, so they might be just starting to sprout. Definitely all of this is all brand new soil that I've just opened up. So if I get sporadic growing out of it this season, I'm okay with it. We're gonna have, I planned on having sporadic growth out of that soil over there, just because it's all brand new grounds. You can't expect that you open up grounds that have been beaten by the sun, because like there's only grass growing there, and I keep my grass kind of short, so because like I'm not going to sit there and mow the forest. My grass grows quick, and if I keep it a little shorter, I can go a whole week before I have to mow it again, which I have to mow again. So there's that. And when you keep your grass a little bit shorter during the days that are really drought ridden, your grass starts burning out and stuff, it's also killing all the microorganisms in the dirt. So I know that this soil is not the greatest, especially when you're talking about virgin soil, right? My volunteer onions are doing good. It like just started growing this year. This is I had my onion patch was here last year. That's where I grew my onions. So we have two that decided to go, yeah, this is our season. We're gonna grow. So yeah, I can definitely tell you that they were not anywhere near even peekabooing out of the soil. So I didn't even know they were there until I was mowing the lawn. And I'm like, what's that? That looks like an onion. And sure enough, I got to get these flower boxes prepped, get some soil up in here, and we were using biodegradable like coco coir material, so nothing permanent, because if you're gonna grow food in here, You know, you want to make sure that it's as organic as possible. The stuff that we have now has a little liner inside of it too. It helps hold the moisture in there, because last year I found that this stuff just let the soil just drain too much, and it would wash all the nutrients out that I had in here. So things weren't happy growing in there. And on top of that, it would get really hot. The soil would get warm. So you got to put a warm lover up into a pot like this. Things you have to pay attention to when you're growing here. I got to take care of this. Note to self. And then we have the neighbor's dog here, which is very noisy. Sorry, guys. And I have some radishes popping. Yo. Hopefully we'll be able to, I'm going to keep on succession sowing in here with radishes all season. I want to have radishes all season. And then coming over here, got my rainwater barrel catchment. I've been using water. I have used water, guys. And we've captured about 70 gallons. It was at about 85 gallons, 85 to 90 gallons whenever I started. I sat there and watered all throughout here, guys. The other one was full, so I've caught 100 gallons over in that water barrel, and I've captured over 100 gallons in this water barrel too. And this is what I used the water on. I mean, look at my little gem lettuce, guys. Next to that is my peas. Yeah, they're popping. And all I did, everything here is done from seed. So, and I have no experience with starting seeds indoors. And that lettuce is delicious. It's got a lot of moisture in there. And you could tell they're like a bug here and there will chomp on it, but you don't see like them getting just decimated. The ones that I do have that are getting a little decimated, and it's only these ones, and I know why. Which, as you can see here, you see how it's like got a lot of holes in them. You see it's being chewed up, and you get a little bit on this one, but not much. But these three have been just a little bit ravaged. And the reason for that is I probably didn't take into account that in the early in the morning, the corner of my house really shades out this side, and I don't think that gets a lot of sun in that little back corner there. And then on top of that, just to top it all off, right, it's kind of covered by the roof. So depending on how it's raining, they're not getting as much rain over there. So I think it was just that I figured that they were getting enough water, and they might not be. So I'm gonna pay a little extra attention to them. They're a little stunted, but they're not bad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pay more attention to those 4 lettuces and see if maybe watering them will bring it back, because a properly nourished plant is disease resistance and pest resistance, period. If they have enough water in there, when a bug goes to try to bite it, it's just gonna drown. They wanna eat something that's carbonaceous, something that they could chomp on, and it's not full of water. So just kind of keep that in mind, guys, when you're sitting there doing all of that. Now, my potatoes, they popping. They are popping. This is a potato. That's a potato. We got 2 rows of potatoes, and then I put some extra ones right into the center in between them. We're gonna see how that all works out. But these potatoes are doing good. So potatoes are doing good. And you remember how I was saying, like over there with that lettuce, like a few of them are having an issue? Well, none of them are having an issue over here. And realistically, this is an all brand new bed. Over yonder, we've had a garden underneath over in that back corner for many years. So there might be some pests over there that are chomping away on that and hurting those particular plants too. Because this is growing way better in my opinion, than over here. So my thing is, I think it gets shaded out by my shed here and the house a little bit more, and because like you can see going back only so far, and then my peas look like they've been eaten up. So I think there's like a pest problem over here. So I'm gonna have to organically try to figure out what's going on and amend that soil. Come this before the end of the year, this will all be covered in wood chips, and I'm gonna do a back to Eden style gardening. And we'll go over all of that, but I can definitely tell there's no pest problems over here because everything is growing amazing. There's got to be something going on with that little back corner that's just not as productive, and the only thing I could think of is that it's shaded a little bit longer than everything else. But there's nothing in here yet. This will be my what were we putting over here? Oh, brain fart. Eggplant. There we go. Words. Pooey. I've got to go through here. This is my onion patch. Yeah, we got like 100 onions here. They're all growing. And I've got to go through, do a really light weeding. I'll probably either do that today or tomorrow. Do a light weeding, and then we'll do a little feeding on here, some organics on this, help these bad boys grow into nice bulbs. Remember, these things are onions. Onions actually benefit from a sulfur style mix. So I'll definitely sit there and kind of look at things that I can use on this. And then over here, when we get ready for it, again, this is going to be another warm lover. This is going to be cucumbers. And with the cucumbers, I'm going to put a couple of more stakes here, and I'm going to pen these up. The cucumbers, I'm not even playing. I had them all the way at the other side of the where we were just at, where my lettuce is. I had cucumbers over there, and I basically walled them in there. And oh my God, they did amazing. And they were easier to pick because it was kind of, everything was growing up and not just sprawling out. It was easier to kind of reach down into it and actually pull the fruit out. Yeah, so the wife was happy about that, and she wanted to do that again. So I'll end up staking out that little area and go from there. And then, of course, we've got blueberries. This is my early variety. It's not going to have blueberries this year. And then that's the late variety, guys. So that'll be pretty decent. This one is pink lemonade. And this is just like a standard variety, standard early variety of blueberry. This one will get up to, I think, can reach up as high as 6-ish feet. And I think that one's 5 to 6 feet also. And I'm planting them, I planted them right where a pine tree was. So pine trees tend to make the soil really acidic already. So bam, it works out for me. And then my little flowers here, something that the wife likes. The Virginia bluebells. It's my wife's favorite flower. And I had grabbed some from Gurneys.com, and they were in a dormant state, and they perked right on up and are thriving right now. So I'm very happy on that one. I know the wife's happy on that. And then we got some wildflowers that are growing. All these flowers, it's like so cool. They're so pretty. I have no idea what the hell these flowers are, but they're here, and I'm okay with it. Then we have my cabbages, my broccoli and stuff. Now, I'm not 100% sure how much the cabbages and the Brussels sprouts are going to be happy about it, but it looks like it looks like these bad boys are doing okay in kind of not full day sunlight, but it looks like my cabbage is not all of them are happy. I don't know if there's a pest problem over here. I have pulled out like slugs out of here. So I've had a slug issue. I'm not sure where they came from, but I had radishes here, and I don't know if the radishes brought the slugs over from last year, and these are like a disease, a pest problem from the radishes, and that I shouldn't have planted these there. But we have a few that are doing okay. I have my Brussels sprouts. They look like they're taking off like gangbusters. And then my garlic. The garlic is doing awesome. These are soft neck variety of garlic. And then all the way over yonder on the other side of my garage here, I will eventually be putting sunflowers here. Have some sunflowers over here. Yep. It's the sunflowers. It's another warm soil lover, right? And then I have my my American elderberry right here. Bam! Look at it, the American elderberry. So this is what you want to make sure you can feed your birds. Any bird can eat these, and it'll help them fight off stuff like avian bird flu. Here is the other one, and it looks like that one's just starting to take off a little bit. It's starting to grow a little bit extra over here, which that's perking up really nicely. And then this side is definitely doing great. The middle one here taking off like gangbusters. And then this one, I think, did not make it. I'm thinking this one died, unfortunately. Whenever I was planting that one, that was the first one I was planting, and I think I damaged the nodules that were down in the ground. Whoops. I had no idea how to deal with planting sticks in the ground that had roots. Really weird. You live and learn, right? So I'll be better equipped for next season to do this again, because I let those things start in my fridge, and you can start them in the fridge like that, or start them on your counter, and then put them out in the ground. But when you do that, you need to make sure the base of the hole that you're putting the sticks into are wider than the root system. This way you don't break them when you put them in, like I did with that first one. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I'll admit it. You know, I ain't perfect. I don't know everything. This is only my second year growing stuff, you know. And then I set up a raised garden for the wifey, and this is where we're gonna put our fresh pick herbs, and then right behind it we're gonna put some more sunflowers here. Bam. And then maybe down the road do elderberry here, but I know elderberry has a longer taproot, and I know the ground underneath here is really rocky, and I don't want to stunt their growth at all. But it is what it is, right? And then I have been busy trying to, I let my hand down because I'm like trying to not, I put some fresh grass down in areas where we've been compacting the heck out of it. But anyway, sitting there, been picking up pallet wood. Pallet wood is great repurposed wood. Now, would I build a house out of it? No. Will I build structures that I don't have to trust my life with? Sure. I would build a chicken coop out of pallet wood. I would build some structures for the chickens out of pallet wood, tables out of the pallet wood. They'll be able to house like pots and stuff like that, so I can have a bigger garden and have it elevated. And I've got a bunch of pallet wood, and I've got to sit there and actually make something for the birds, and for the seed starting room, since I got all of this pallet wood, and then I would like to redesign the compost bin section. I kind of want to make each one of my sections a little wider. Accommodates for more compost. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to have a lot of compost, so I've got to make more provisions for that. The very end one here is very narrow compared to these two, and this is my widest one. I thought about it at the very end, going, yeah, I got more room, and I should have stopped, but I didn't have a T-post puller at the time. Now I do. If you guys got to play with T-posts, get a T-post driver so you don't have to mangle the ends of it with a sledgehammer, and get a T-post remover in case you need to move the T-post for whatever reason. These are two things that if you're going to be, like I said, dealing with T-posts in any way, shape, or form, you need it. Otherwise, when you drive them in with a sledgehammer and you don't have a T-post drive, this is what you do to the ends. Okay? This is one done with a T-post driver. You see the difference? The ends aren't mangled. So definitely is well worth the investment of grabbing a T-post driver and a T-post remover. The T-post driver I think was like 30-40 bucks, and I think the T-post remover, a decent one, you don't have to get the most expensive one on the market. A decent one is 60-80 bucks. So gardening's not cheap. Cheap food's not good. And good food's not cheap. Because even if you got all the tools and all the know-how, it still takes manpower. And your time's not free. So therefore, you know, you're going to put effort down on your gardens to grow epic food, right? And we want to make sure that we got the right tools in place to make our job easier. It's not that we're trying to get out of doing the work. We're just trying not to kill ourselves in the process, right? So that's pretty much the walk around. I got to fill in some dirt holes and stuff, and then make some potted garden stuff. So definitely smash that lizard like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. This is, I mean, you know, just kind of trying to give people little updates of what's been going on. You know, it looks like I've got potentially some spinach trying to grow. I'm hoping, because that's all virgin ground. I'm nervous on that ground, because that's ground that has been utterly beat up by the sun for decades. So if there's like life in there, it's not a whole lot. But since I put the wood chips down, I've already been seeing worms over there. So I bet you though that wood chips might not be stopping the weeds the first year or two. That's cool. I'm okay with that. That I'm not getting the weed suppression that, you know, is claimed by a lot of the Back to Eden gardening. But if you do the research on Back to Eden gardening, weed suppression takes a couple of years. It takes a couple of years to correct the soil. And I've already seen worms in the sections that I got wood chips on. The soil is holding moisture. So we'll have to see how that goes during the summertime. I'm going to be getting some more chips. Some more arborish wood chips to lay out too. I'm going to be checking out chipdrop.com. I've looked into this like a few weeks ago, and then all of a sudden everyone's talking about it. Like nobody was talking about it. I stumbled upon this website, chipdrop.com, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then maybe a week goes by, and every gardening YouTuber out there that does any kind of wood chip covering in their garden is all talking about chipdrop.com, dude. It's hilarious. I'm like, well, I stumbled upon this before they went public with it. Which I haven't used it yet, so expect a review from that. You know, I'm curious to know how this chipdrop.com thing really works. And yeah. And so stay tuned for more updates from the Urban Homestead, guys. Hope you guys are having a great, wonderful week. Had a great weekend, all that good stuff. Smash that lizard like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and of course, may your thumbs always be green. I'll see you on the next one.